Hey there, welcome to The Real Talk, another exciting day. I'm so looking forward to the conversation that we'll bring your way. This young man that I'll be talking to graduated from RICA about a year ago, and I remember the first time that I got in touch with him, he was selling produce. And so I had a conversation asking, how are you selling this and for who? And we had a quick chat about how farmers struggle to have access to market, and I figured out he was so passionate about agriculture. And today I said, let me present him to you, who's a lover of The Real Talk. My name is Jackie Lumbasi. Let's meet our guest. Thank you for joining us. Use that hashtag online. My guest and I will be there to respond to you. A big thank you to Mythos Boutique Hotel for hosting us. Find them on Twitter at Hotel Mythos. Our guest is Claude Niyomugabo. Claude is the CEO and founder of Agerite, an agriculture content creator. Claude, it is a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for honoring my invitation. And you're such a sharp dresser. Agriculture people, do they dress like this?
Yeah,
Or do you practice agriculture in the office?
No, I do agriculture in the farms and in the office. In the office when I'm creating the content. Yeah.
Wonderful. I would love us to go back to where it all began. Give us a sense of where you were born and the kind of childhood that you had.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. I was born in the Ngororero district, Muhanda sector. It is in the western part of Rwanda. And that place was an amazing place because it was surrounded by tea and forests, which is near to Gishwati. And that place was really amazing because there was a lot of people growing different kinds of crops, such as potatoes and peas. And I have been growing to a family of 5 kids.
Are you the firstborn or the lastborn?
Yes, I'm the firstborn.
Oh, well done.
And yeah, my parent has been working into agriculture, in different agriculture value chain. And yeah, from that, I was able to learn from them what is happening around agriculture, how can I work around that. But for the first time, I didn't think that I will be involved into agriculture. So I was
not as deeply as you are today.
Yeah.
How was it joining RICA? You know, there's a time I had Sifa here. She's a friend of yours, and she told me when she was applying for it, she wasn't sure she would go there. I would love to know your experience. Was it a sure deal for you, or were you also apprehensive?
Okay, when it comes to me, my journey was super exciting. Because when I tried to join RICA, before that, I'm going to take you back to my journey when I joined advanced level.
Yes.
When you do physics, chemistry, and biology, you want to be a doctor. So I went to do physics, chemistry, and biology because I was performing very well. And I didn't think about being a doctor, but some of my fellow students thought that I can be a doctor. So I went and did physics, chemistry, and biology. And I remember in the last year of advanced level, I went into the competition of, it's a national competition for the chemistry. And from that, I emerged as a second place winner on the national level. And from that...
You were really sharp.
Yeah, I was trending everywhere. And from that, I applied because we went into the gap year. And then I applied for different universities. But before applying, I was also a teaching assistant.
At your former school or a different school?
It was my former school in ordinary level, College Nyamiramihigo. And I was teaching students in the senior 6 who was preparing for the national examination. And from that, I was teaching them chemistry. And from that, it is where I tried to see which kind of career path I can pursue. And from that, I was trying to see the kind of classes and something that I can do.
The courses that were being offered.
Yeah, the courses that are being offered in Rwanda and abroad. I have applied to different universities, more than 10 universities. And then some of them rejected me.
They sent an email rejecting you.
Rejection.
How did you feel? Receiving those emails can be daunting.
Because I have a lot of least when I was getting one injection, I was hoping to get maybe
A positive one.
Yeah, a positive one. And it's remained with two universities,
Oh
University of Rwanda and the RICA.
Out of 10.
Yeah, out of 10. And then from that, I was offered to study at RICA, agriculture, and the Bachelor's of Medicine in University of Rwanda, because I performed very well in the national level.
Wow.
And then I have to balance.
Tough choice, yes.
Yes.
So you get your admission, you get admitted, or rather accepted, to University of Rwanda and RICA. And these letters come at the same time.
RICA come first,
Okay.
and University of Rwanda come as second. And then I had to balance. And at that time, I was a teaching assistant, at that time. And then I tried to see which kind of university am I going to pursue. But when I was still teaching assistant, I was, traveling to different places. In Rubavu, there's a lot of farmers. You can go there and try to see what is happening. And from that, I saw that one of the challenges that we have is in, getting access to food for every person. And yeah, sometimes we need medicine, but sometimes when you see those diseases and everything that comes, they came because the people didn't have access to nutritious food. And I tried to think about agriculture from that side. And then I said that, okay, I'm going to do agriculture in a way that I can create more impact in the community.
So how was it getting in, and how was your time at the university?
So when I was at RICA, because we were the first cohort, there was a lot of new things. We didn't have any mentor, we didn't have anyone to look for when it comes to studies. And then from that, we were trying to navigate around different opportunities. And when I was at RICA, for the first year at RICA, we were learning just how small-scale farmers in Rwanda look like, and what is happening for that kind of small-scale farmers. And from that, we were just learning by doing practice. It's like experiential learning. And for the second year, we're just learning like how the cooperatives works and how the people can work as cooperatives. So we're advancing to another level. And for the third one, we're just learning on the enterprise level, like the big companies, how the big companies performs. And when I was at RICA, I was able to learn different courses such as agribusiness, entrepreneurship, leadership, and communication. And from that, RICA has been a lot of an amazing experience and one of the cornerstone of what I'm doing right now.
I love that. So while at RICA, so as you've said, it was like the cornerstone of what you're doing. So at what point did your passion for agri-influencing start? Because I want to imagine that by the time you were studying, you related your experience at Rubavu, because that was field experience that you got before you went to university. I imagine maybe you're relating that to what you are studying. So when then did you become passionate about being an influencer and moving away from down here complaining about lack of access to making sure you have a seat at the table?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. I remember that when I was teaching assistant at that time, it is where I bought my first smartphone. So when I bought that, I was just scrolling, when you have a smartphone, you have to scroll over Instagram and Facebook and see what is happening. And in 2021, I started to see which kind of things can I do, especially for the social media, so that I can't be a consumer, but a content creator of, creating content around that. And then I remember that I posted one post, and that one post get like 5 likes. And from that, I say that
you're still a newbie.
Yeah, this one is not mine. This kind of content creation is not mine, because I saw that other content creators are getting a lot of likes, a lot of followers, but for me I get 5 likes. And then I said that this one is not good for me.
Not my thing.
And I said that okay, I'm going to post 5 posts. If nothing change, I will stop this. So the next day I posted another post. Another day, getting 5 likes, 5 likes.
And all these are about what?
it was about agriculture. It was about what we were doing in agriculture.
In school?
Yeah, in
Okay.
school. And then for the fourth post, it gets a lot of engagement. And the Minister of Agriculture reposted, and the former minister, Dr. Gerardine, also reposted that post. And then I said that this kind of content creation is an amazing stuff, and I'm going to do this starting now. Yeah.
You were motivated.
Yeah, I was motivated, yes.
Keep going, continue. You didn't stop there.
Yeah, I didn't stop there.
Yeah.
And I started to post what was happening in agriculture value chain. I started to visit different farmers. And back then, I had a farm with one of my team member, and then we were trying to grow different kinds of crops, sharing the real life experience of what was happening in the farms. And then from that, in 2022, I had like 10,000 followers.
2022.
Yeah, 2022, after 1 year. Wow. And then in 2023, they have doubled to the level that you know that it's like 50,000 followers for those days. And in 2022, I get a chance to attend a Commonwealth Youth Forum. And that kind of experience also showed me that I'm doing an amazing job, because they have recognized me because of what I was doing in agriculture and what is happening around agriculture, as someone who can come and inspire other young people.
Did they look for you, or did you look for them?
I didn't look for them. I was just posting. And then
You were just posting, then your work caught their attention.
Yes.
And when they were looking for an active person in agriculture in Rwanda, they invited you.
Yes.
That was the first conference that you attended.
Yeah, it was first conference that I have attended. One of the biggest conference.
Oh, that was so nice. I know by now you have attended very many, because I am an active follower of the work that you do, and we will get to that. But up until then, that time when you were struggling, pushing this content on social media, what was driving you? Why was social media important?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. When I started to use social media, I saw that most of the young people are consuming the information. And they're not just, running. So we are going there to look for Cristiano Ronaldo, the entertainment, and something around that. And I wanted to change the negative narratives around agriculture. I just want to share the beautiful stories, the beautiful pictures of agriculture, and what is happening in agriculture. Because I believe that agriculture is the backbone of our economy, especially in the African countries. And we have also more of the population are young people. So when you connect those two things, you can see that young people in agriculture. So when we involve more young people into agriculture, we can increase our economy. So I say that, okay, in order to involve more young people into agriculture, we need to change the negative narratives of agriculture. Because young people think that agriculture is for our parents, for older people.
Yeah.
They say that, okay, for us, we don't want to be involved in agriculture. We want to be engineers, we want to be people who work in the office.
White-collar jobs.
Yeah, the white-collar jobs.
Let our parents dig, pay for our school fees, then we will sit in the office.
Yes, yes. And for me, I just wanted to change that negative narratives in a way that I can share the information, in a way that I can try to showcase what is going on, so that we can attract more young people. That one drives me from 2021 until now.
Wow. Paint for us a picture, Jean-Claude, for a young man born in Gororero and you studying at Rika, the first time you got the invitation to go represent the country at this big conference. I'm sure it was also your first time to board a plane. I want you to share your emotions, the feelings at that time. First, the knowledge that it's your work that has gotten you there, your persistence, your work. Just tell me how that made you feel and how your family felt about that experience.
Okay, yeah,
and how you prepared yourself. My God, because I remember my time. I never slept for like 5 days, knowing I was going to board the plane for the first time. So share with me that experience.
Yeah, it was in the 2022. And I was attending COP27 in Egypt, Sharm el-Sheikh. And then that one, when they sent me the invitation, I thought that I was dreaming. I was just dreaming. So I'm going to board the plane. And then I tried to see if it is legit. And then it was the invitation.
Because you had not applied, so it could be somebody playing around with you.
Yes, and then because the invitation was from UNICEF Generation Unlimited, that's in charge of creating employment opportunities for the young people. I thought that this one is legit.
It's legit.
And then I was at the school. You know, when you are at the school, you are doing a lot of homeworks, a lot of cut and quizzes. And then I said that I'm going to board the plane for the first time. So I was telling some of my fellow students, and they said that you are crazy. I don't know if you are going to do this kind of things while you are still a student. And then I requested a permission from administration. They gave me the permission. And then it was my time to go to the airport. I remember it was in the morning because my flight was at 7. I have to go there at 5 a.m. I went there. I was very terrified and excited at the same time. I was saying that, okay, I'm going to board the plane. What is the inside of the plane look like? And then I went there, we do a checkup, and I've been waiting for the room for the plane to come. And then when the plane came, I took a picture of me with the plane, and then I went to the plane. And the journey was very amazing because we came from Kigali to Lagos, and from Lagos to Cairo, and from Cairo to Sharm el-Sheikh. It's like traveling to all of Africa. And when I was there, I was saying that the work that I have been doing is paying off right now. And I'm going to say about agriculture, about how young people can be advocates for sustainable agriculture practice. And I say that this is an amazing opportunity. And then when I reached there, I saw that, okay, that country is totally different from my country. And I tried to feel that I'm in the other country. I'm outside of Rwanda for the first time. Coming to my parents were very excited. And they were asking me to share the pictures of everything, to share them how I feel. And it was like living the dream.
That is it. Oh, my goodness. I'm so happy. Welcome back. This is The Real Talk. It is a pleasure to have you with us. And as we like to say, we do our best to bring you individuals with great inspirational stories. If there's anyone that you know of and you feel like they should be on this chair, please let me know. You can send me a DM or email me, send me, if you have my number, send me that person's name and I will find them and bring them here. Because The Real Talk is all about sharing real life experiences that we all get to learn from each other. Our guest today is the CEO and founder of Agurite. He will tell us more about it. That's Jean-Claude. So, Jean, you have traveled, gone for your first trip, you've come back. How did your life change when you came back? Because what you had gotten there is exposure that a lot of people at your age at that time did not have. A lot of people your age today might not have the kind of exposure that you have. When you came back and landed, what was running in your mind? How did it change your perception of life, of the globe?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Because that conference that I have attended was the global conference, which have a lot of people from different continents, young people, those leaders, those policymakers.
Everyone was there.
Everyone was there.
Yeah.
And then I was networking with them. I was trying to see how I can, add value to what they're doing, also how they can also add values to what I was doing. And I had a lot of networks and a lot of connection when I was at that conference. And I had a lot of speaking engagement where I shared different experience around agriculture and how young people across Rwanda are trying their best to make sure that they can turn agriculture into a profitable business ventures, and how they are combating with the climate change in a way that can create a sustainable ways of living for the present and the future generation. And when I came back, I came up with a lot of learning from other young people. When I was there, I saw that most of the young people are working very hard to the pace which is times 10.
What we were
compared to
doing
me.
here. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
thought that I was doing well. But when I reached out there, I saw
You were
that
humbled.
I was humbled, and they said that I need to run and start again and start to use my energy because I have a lot of exposure, I have a lot of experience, and I have a lot of abilities to do that. And when I came here in Rwanda, I was sharing some of my experience with my fellow students, my readers at universities, and from that, I try to see that young people have a lot of opportunities. So we have a lot of opportunities. It's up to us, or maybe for other people, supporters, to give us exposure. Because if you get an exposure, it's an opportunity for you to learn what other young people are doing in their countries, so that you can do that when you come back to your country. And when I came back, I started to put more energy in advocating for sustainable agriculture practice. Before that, I was just posting what is going around agriculture.
And pictures of yourself on the farm.
Pictures of myself on the farm, sharing some few messages. But after coming from the conference, I saw that I need to change how I'm working right now, so that I can try to share the real life stories of farmers, young people across Rwanda. And starting from that, I was able to travel to 30 districts in Rwanda, so traveling to every district.
On your own, or was someone funding this? On your own, using your own money?
Yes, yeah, because
and visiting the farmers by yourself?
Yeah, by myself. I just want to learn about what the farmers are doing on the daily basis when they are on their farms. Sometimes when you are using social media, you try to focus on the young people who have a smartphone and everything.
Yes, the ones online.
Yes.
Yeah, we forget that people down there on the ground.
The remote areas.
With no phones, no internet.
So I just want to go and see what those other young people are doing, so that I can bring their stories online. I can bring their stories over the social media.
Good.
So that initiative started because I was able to see that other young people who are advocating for sustainable agriculture, they are trying to reach out the farms in their remote areas. So I started to visit different farmers, different young people, and I was able to travel to those districts. Yeah.
When you talk about sustainable agriculture, how are we doing today? I was looking for a post that you put out, was it this morning? And I think it's still related to sustainable agriculture. A post about hydroponics. And that is a picture you took. It's in Rwanda, it's not out of Rwanda. So how are we doing as a country as far as sustainable agriculture is concerned?
Yeah, I love that the country is doing well when it comes to sustainable agriculture practice. When I finished at RICA, I did internship in one of the agri-tech startup, Izaneza, and that agri-tech startup is specializing in hydroponic farming. And from that, I was able to learn what is happening in agriculture, especially in those sustainable agriculture practice, climate smart agriculture. And I spent 6 months there learning about hydroponic farming and how it can be implemented for the young people across Rwanda. And
is it affordable? Because I think the issue of affordability is key. When, from your experience, you will go visit the farm and there's an active farm that you're visiting, maybe there's a model farm. But is that something realistic? Is it something that you think our Rwandan farmers can afford? When you talk about sustainable farming, other than the few model farms that we will have, do we have the financial muscle to actually practice it?
Okay, when you compare traditional farming and modern farming, I saw that when it comes to that kind of agriculture, we need to look at the business sense of that. Because what I advocate now is to turn agriculture into a profitable business ventures, like doing agriculture as a business. So when you are doing agriculture as a business, hydroponic is very sustainable and very profitable. Okay. Because you can triple your produce. And when you triple your produce, you can sell them to the market and get a huge amount of money. So it's a point of trying to see how am I going to get a return on investment. Because for the farmers who are very serious, I encourage them to try sustainable agriculture practice. Those hydroponic farming, climate smart agriculture, because
But I remember reading a story recently of someone who retired. And it's when he retired that when he went into agriculture. And he talked about how expensive it is. He sympathized with people that are doing farming without money. And because he was trying to say, we have all these, Jean-Claude will come and tell you about hydroponics. Another person will come and tell you about something else. Globally, we are talking about sustainable agriculture, but he was saying it's not cheap at all. Your model of farming, the one that you're trying to advocate for, does it include everyone or does it exclude some people?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. That one is one of an amazing question ever. So the kind of sustainable agriculture that I'm advocating is including everybody, because we just want to see agriculture that can thrive now and for the future. So when it comes to, let's say, climate smart agriculture, using irrigation systems, trying to adopt hydroponic farming, that one is very sustainable for the farmers who didn't have access to more space for the land. Because if you have more space, you can use the normal agriculture practice. But if you have the small space and you want more food, you can adopt those sustainable agriculture practice. And sometimes, one of the challenges that I have been able to see for the people who are entering into agriculture, they went there because they have retired. And when you have retired, what you have sometimes is money from pension and savings. You don't have skills, and sometimes you don't know how to do market research. And in agriculture, in order to be successful, you must need like 3 things: skills, finance, and the market, and sometimes the land. But if you have those 3 things, you can use finance to buy land.
Yeah.
And
or even rent it.
Yes, you can rent, you can lease. And one of the challenges that those people face, when you go there without skills, you lose. Yeah. Because you don't know what you are going to do. You are going to employ the people who are not capable of the job that you are doing, which is
because you didn't do enough research.
Yes.
Yeah. The preparation work did not happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is very challenging. So for that person who was talking that agriculture is very expensive, maybe he has money, but he's not investing well in the kind of things that can give him return on investment. Because in order to be successful in agriculture, you have to take it as other business. You know how other businesses are working. You have to do everything, the research, record keeping, and see what is going on,
audit it regularly.
Yes. So I think that those are the aspects. And by now, I think it's better to focus on the sustainable agriculture practice so that we can grow the crops for feeding us now and for the future to come.
What is your motivational factor at the moment? What drives you? I want to know what is that thing that makes you wake up in the morning and think of the farmer. Let us know how young people, there's a young person that is watching now, female or male, how can they support farmers in Rwanda or agriculture in Rwanda using social media? And you can also tell us about AgriRight and what you do there.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. When it comes to what drives me is when I started to think about how can I help the community, how can I serve the community better, I started to realize that the people who need support are farmers. Sometimes we don't have money. And when you try to support people, you think about money. But the money is not one of the factors that you can use to support people. So what I did is to use the skills. So what am I doing right now is to leverage the power of social media to improve the livelihood of farmers. So when it comes to the livelihood is where the farmers can get access to right information about market, about everything that's going on in agriculture value chain, and then where the farmers can get access to skills which are needed on a daily basis, and how they can sell their produce. So, and when it comes to that, I try also to see how the young people, like me, can create employment opportunities in agriculture. So I try to intersect youth employment, sustainable agriculture, and agribusiness, because I just want young people to make agriculture as profitable as possible, to make money as, profitable, and try to make more employment opportunities. So coming to EduRight, what we are doing is the same as what I am mentioning. Try to use the power of social media to make sure that we can connect farmers with the market, trainings, and other opportunities around the agriculture value chain. Try to make sure that the farmers can know how they can market their produce. You know that some of the farmers have the funds. They can go and say that we have lettuce, we have tomatoes, and they take pictures and then they post them. We just want the farmers who have a smartphone to make sure that they can try to market their produce on their own, so that the marketing should be free. And
that way you're trying to remove the middleman.
Yes.
Because a lot of the money is also lost in between. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we are trying to remove the middleman between the farmers and the consumers. And we just want to serve the farmers. We also just want to serve the customers with the fresh produce. So at EduRight, we are trying to make sure that the farmers can say directly to the consumers, so that the consumers can get fresh produce, like the mangoes that I shared with you.
Yes.
And then the farmers can also get the premium price, because I remember that you gave me a good price. So I just want the farmers
yes.
need a
access
good price.
Yes, a good price.
Yeah, the premium price.
Not money that has been taken by another person in between.
Yeah.
Reduced.
And you know that those farmers, they get a challenge, because they have been doing everything from the production up to harvesting. So, and I think that they need to make sure that they get their money back, so that they can reinvest again in their farms. So this is what we are trying to do.
At EduRight.
Yeah, at EduRight. And we are also trying to make sure that we can disseminate information. We know that there is a lot of information from the Ministry of Agriculture, from UN agencies that is in charge of agriculture. So we just want to also to disseminate those information, so that everybody can get access to those information. Like if you want to be a farmer, you can get those information.
And I was just looking at the beautiful pictures that you shared. They're very nice. You said it takes only 2 to 4 liters of water to produce 1 kilogram of hydroponic fodder, compared to 20 to 40 liters needed to produce 1 kg of traditional fodder. It's one that attracted me this morning, that tweet. But let's talk about the agriculture value chain and the opportunities that are there for young people. Because we are talking about unemployment. And unemployment is a serious issue in Rwanda, just like it is everywhere else in the world. So we have all these people that are currently longing to go to university, and we have a lot of people coming out of university and not being able to get jobs. They're not being able to get white-collar jobs. If you were to convince such a person to get into agriculture, how do they go about it? What are those opportunities that you can share with them? Talk to us, because you're there and you've experienced traditional farming, modern farming. For someone who, talk to us about whether it's a software, whatever. What can I do without necessarily leaving Kigali? What can I do that will take me out of Kigali but make sure I live the kind of life that I was living in Kigali? If you can talk to a young person and encourage them.
Yeah. When it comes to agriculture and when it comes to the perception of agriculture for the young people, I saw that most of them think that agriculture is production, like going into the farms and do production.
Yes, planting, digging, planting with their hands, harvesting with their hands, getting those Irish potatoes as dirty as they are, getting muddy. That is what most of us view as agriculture.
Yes, but the good news is agriculture have a lot of opportunities, a lot of jobs which are around the agriculture value chain. For example, let me take like an example of potato. So you are going to grow potato, and there is someone who will transport the potato from your farms to the market. There's someone who is going to market also that potato online. There is also someone who is going to produce a software that can track the pests and diseases in the potato. There's also someone who is going to do processing of potato into chips. There's also someone who is going to be the advocate for sustainable agriculture practice around potato. So when it comes to agriculture, there is a lot of things that young people can do. If you have land, if you have skills in the market, you can be involved in production. But you can also involve in different ways, such as marketing of agriculture produce for the farmers. You can be like the off-taker, so that you go to the rural areas, you collect the produce of the farmers, you bring them to Kigali and you sell them. You are also involved into agriculture value chain. You can also be involved in processing, where you can go to the place where there is enough of fruits. You collect them, you come and you process them into fresh juice and sell them to the people. You are making money. You are not involved in production, but you are involved in processing. You can also be involved in using social media to disseminate the information for the farmers, so that the potato farmers can learn from what is happening into agriculture. And I think that was an example of potato. There is a lot of things that you can do in agriculture value chain. When it comes to using, let's say, tractor, you can be a driver of a tractor. So you go and you plow the land, and you prepare the land, and then after preparation of the land, the people can give you money. So by now, there is a lot of things that young people can do into agriculture. And thinking about how young people are very crazy, are techie savvy, they can design a software. If you are a software engineer, you can design a software for us so that we can use it maybe to track the diseases, to do a record keeping. You are also involved into agriculture. So there is a lot of things that you can do. Thank
you for breaking that down, because we look at it, as you said, we think about production only. And when you mention transporting the produce from the farm to the market, we leave that to people who never went to school. You actually view it as, transport what? That is for people who never went to school. From what you're explaining, we can all do it. Start somewhere. And I don't need a piece of land. I don't need to own land to be able to do that. I could get it on lease. Pay later. Is it possible?
Yeah, it is possible. Because young people didn't have land and collateral. But if you can start very small, you can start small and then grow big. It just starts with a burning idea. So I think that when it comes to those young people who are coming from university, they have to go back to the rural areas and see the opportunities which are available. So I have mentioned those different opportunities. So it's up to you to go and scan and see what is
where you fit.
Yes.
I want to know what lesson you have learned from, now that you're part of that group. You have a name, the Pan-African Agri-Influencers.
Network, yes.
Yes, that network. How many Rwandans are on that network?
So we are 2.
It's just you and Sifa, eh?
Yes.
So here's the thing, and I know Jamé also does a bit of influencing. You stand today as, for me, someone exemplary, because I know that a lot of young people I interact with have this shyness. A lot of young Rwandans fear coming out. They're extremely intelligent, but they fear coming out. They fear taking the first step. Often they'll tell me, I don't speak English well, and I tell them it doesn't matter. Can you communicate? If someone can understand what you're saying, it does not matter how broken your English is. I want to know what you did to overcome such fear, if you had it, because I imagine you had it. If you're going to go to Egypt and you're going to address this forum with world leaders, even if it's a small side event, there will be that fear. How will they take me? Will they understand what I'm saying? So what did you do to overcome that fear? And what is the greatest lesson that you have learned from your interaction with the other agri-influencers from around the continent?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. As you said, when it comes to the young people, especially young people in Rwanda, sometimes they have fear. So they know everything, almost everything. They can do almost everything.
They're very good, very smart.
Yeah, but when it comes to, putting them into practice, explaining them to other people, sometimes they feel that they don't belong there. And it's very challenging. So I had that challenge.
You also did, huh?
Yes. So as I said, I was very shy and I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was just trying to, stay behind.
Not be seen.
Yeah, not be seen by anyone,
Yeah.
which was very challenging. But I saw that when you try not to show what you are capable of, nobody will know. Nobody will know what you are capable of. And when you try to do that, sometimes there are the doors which will open where you didn't know.
Yes.
That one was the thing that I tried to use so that I can overcome the fear. And one of the things that I also did is whenever I went to the meeting, I tried to network and connect with anyone. Whether you speak English from UK, from US, from Canada, I tried to.
You spoke your English from Rwanda.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
didn't matter. Yes.
I tried to speak my English.
I love that. And that's how we become perfect. This practice makes perfect. You're not going to learn the language or perfect it by staying away from it. You have to go into that crowd and speak with them. So you network with these people.
Yes, I network to the people. And one of the things about social media, when you post, especially into agriculture, the people think that you know everything. And the people expect you to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they expect
We've been reading your work. We see your posts.
Tell us what you are doing.
Yes.
We just need to know what you are doing, if you are a scammer or not. So for me, for the first time, I remember that I was able to meet with someone who was my follower online over the LinkedIn and Twitter. And she said that, I know you from everywhere. And she was very crazy. She's Kenyan. I said that, okay, in order to talk to this lady, I have to be crazy. So that we can have the same vibes. And from that, this is where I started to make sure that I try to network with everybody. Because when you use social media, you will meet with different people. And those people will try to say that, we know you. We need to run. We need to hear from you.
In fact, you inspire us. We want to learn from you.
Yeah, we want to
hear
match
from
the name
you.
with the face. And from that, I was, I need to put the shyness aside.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the young people in Rwanda, I saw that most of the young people, I have been in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Uganda, and I saw that those young people, they are very, very motivated. And they can talk like 4 hours without stopping. And I think that when it comes to that, we need to learn from them. We need to learn from their expertise and how they express themselves. And one of the things that I love is when you talk with those young people, they are doing a lot of amazing jobs, and they try to express them so that everybody can hear them. And I think that young people in Rwanda also need to make sure that they have to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So we have been given a lot of opportunities. Our readers are trying their best to make sure that we can get a lot of exposure, a lot of conference, a lot of everything.
Yes.
So it's up for us to use those opportunities to speak for ourselves, to speak what we are doing, what we inspire to do, and the change that we want to do in the future.
I hear you.
Yeah, and coming also to Pan-African agri-influencers. So that one was an amazing opportunity because it is run by Karibu Digital. It is UK agency and the MasterCard Foundation. And I got that opportunities with SIFA to represent Rwanda so that we can see how we can support the farmers across Africa. So because we are with the influencers from Uganda, from Kenya, Senegal, Nigeria, and Ghana.
Ghana.
Yes.
I know a lady from Ghana.
And those are the young people who are doing an amazing jobs in their areas. And when you see the combination of the followers that we have, it's like 5 million followers.
Yes, all of you combined.
Yeah,
That's powerful.
Combined, which is very powerful. It is one of the powerful network of social media influencers. And we are designing a curriculum now where we try to teach other young people who want to be involved into content creation, especially into agriculture, to know the best practice and what we have been able to learn so that we can support more farmers. We want our farmers to be digitalized. And I was reading one of the reports, and I saw that in 2030, over 60% of the world population will use social media. And most of those people are young people. And when you see the other continent, our Africa have more young people.
True.
And I think that the highest percentage will come from Africa. So we just want to take that advantages so that we can try to use those the power of social media to support our farmers, to make sure that the backbone of the economy, which is agriculture, can be put ourselves on the world map. Yeah.
Glad to have you with us on The Real Talk. Use that hashtag. If you have a question or a comment, we will respond to it. A big thank you to Mythos Boutique Hotel in Kiyovu for hosting us. We are live on RTV and on our official RTV YouTube channel. So let's hear JC's 6 Qs. Jean-Claude, what is your favorite hobby?
So my favorite hobby is traveling, reading non-fiction books, and listening to all of sort of the music.
Lovely. I have a question about music that is coming. So far, what has been the most enjoyable speaking engagement for you?
So it was in the August of this year when I was in China speaking about the role of digital technologies in agriculture. That was one of the fantastic.
That was the best. What stood out for you? What made it the best?
It was the best because we had like 5,000, attendees there and 10,000 attendees online. So that one was super amazing for me.
All right. Have you ever had your content go viral, and which one was it?
The one that went viral was the one that I posted last week. And it went viral because it had like 18 millions in 2 days, 18 million impressions in 2 days.
What was it about?
It was about the machine that used in processing of different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You have a video from China. Was it a video from China?
Yeah, it was a video from China, yes.
You've been giving us a lot of content from China. What is your favorite TV show or movie?
My favorite TV show is the one that talk about agriculture. It is the future of agriculture. And that one is very amazing because I have to learn about the role of AI in agriculture. They talk about the robots and the tractors and how those are going to revolutionize agriculture, especially for Africa. So I try to
I'll go and look for it online.
Yes.
Yeah. And then what is that Rwandan song that you can listen to over and over and over? Now that you said you love listening to music, let's talk Rwandan music. Which one?
Yeah, the one is Gusakara by Ritz Bravan. Yeah, that one is super amazing.
Your favorite,
for me.
huh?
Yeah.
And lastly, what would you say to your younger self?
Okay, if I meet my younger self, I can say that, young brother, keep trying and try to work very hard. Be consistent in what you are doing and believe in your ways. You will reach the milestone that you want to do in the future.
Beautiful. Thank you. Don't stop, yeah?
Yeah, don't stop.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It was such a pleasure talking to Jean-Claude Niyomugabo. Find him online, an amazing agri-influencer. He posts content that will inspire you, teach you. I love that he has told us not to look at agriculture only from the production point of view. There are lots of opportunities for us, both you and I. Let's keep talking. The hashtag is The Real Talk. It's been a pleasure having you with us. May God bless you. We'll see you next week.